Okay, guys. This is the second lesson about equations with exponents, and it's our last one for this. Last lesson we worked with all kind of equations, and I think you will agree with me that that lesson was a little bit easier than that horrid lesson before that. Yes. Today we're going to push it up, so it will be a little bit trickier, but hopefully not as bad as that other bad one. Before I actually show you these kind of equations, I'm going to actually ditch the equation and just do a few simplification exercise with you. 2 to the power x plus 1 times 2 to the power x plus 1. How can we simplify it? It's not an equation. What do we? We add the powers, the exponents. You're right. It's the same base, so it's 2. Okay? X plus 1 plus x plus 1. I'm adding those two. Okay? That's that famous rule, probably the most important one. A to the power n, and a power n is a to the power n plus n. Okay? That means it's 2 to the power 2x plus 2. We okay with that? Now, what about that one?
So it will stay
That's
the
a
same.
plus.
No. It will stay the same. 2 to the power of x plus 2.
Then you're a minus the power.
Say again?
4 to the power x plus
2 to the power of x plus
2 to the power x plus 1.
Oh, to the power
4
of
to
x.
the power.
So will it stay like that?
It's 4, it's 2.
4 to the power 2x plus 2.
Look at this. I think we've done. I'm pretty sure we've done that. Let's go. Let's take it one step back. X plus x. How much is that?
2x.
2x. Okay. So if I have x squared plus x squared, how much will that be?
X squared. No, x. 2x squared.
2x 4
Squared, sir.
squared. You're not adding the exponent. We're only adding the exponent when we multiply them. When we're adding, it's just 2x squared. Let's give you something else. X squared y cubed plus x squared y cubed. How much is it?
2x plus 2.
2x squared y cubed. And whatever, if I have a circle plus a circle, they're all the same. What is a circle plus a circle?
2x squared.
Two circles. So now I've got this thing, 2 to the power of x plus 1 plus 2 to the power of x plus 1. It will be?
4 to the power 2.
No, definitely 4. It's 2 times 2 to the power
X plus 1.
x plus 1. I've got a circle plus a circle. That gives you 2 circles.
9.
It's all the same thing. We're not mixing exponents. We're not adding exponent. Okay? It's all working on the same idea of that. In this case, the x is actually 2x to the power x plus 1. That is really, really essential. I'm just going to pause here to make sure you got that. Okay, we're going back to this. You're right. You asked me, is there something to do here? And in this specific case, there is something to do. What can I do now? No, I don't divide. It's not an equation.
You can put the 2 to the power 1.
Exactly. Okay, so these are the same bases. We're all friends. So we can write it 2 to the power of x plus 2. Because I'm adding 1 plus 1 is 2. I'm adding the x1. In this specific case, I could do it. In the other questions I just showed you now, it was different bases, so I couldn't. But now, because it's the same base, I can do it. Okay? Yes. Next one, guys. Okay, so what we've done here, I've multiplied bases. That was easy. We just used that rule. I'm adding a little bit more tricky, but I think by now you got it. What happens if I have 2 to the power of x plus 1 plus 2 to the power of x plus 2? Can I add them?
No, so
You know what? I'm actually going to make it a little bit, because otherwise it will be a bit confusing. So let's just use 3. Okay? Yes, no.
so you'll say 3 to the power of x plus 1 plus 3 times 3 to the power of x plus 2. Oh, 1.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Well done, Luan. Did I do it with you? I don't think I did. Okay? So, look, the problem is, as it stands now, I can't add it. Why can't I add it? Why can't I add it? The bases are the same, but the exponents are not the same. I only could add them when it was the same. Then I could do what I call the A method. You know, I can turn it into A. But now it's not the same. But what Luana says, okay, they're not the same, but I can make them the same. Okay? I think I did actually talk about it. I can't. Anyway, I can say, take the small exponent, always keep the same. So I'll leave that. But instead of the bigger exponent, I'm going to turn it into x to the power of 1. But the downside is that I'm going to have to multiply it by 3. The 1 is on top.
Oh,
Yes?
I remember
Yeah,
this.
that's the one.
Done
Okay? So we've done that.
Yeah.
Okay. I've done it anyway, well done for remembering. Okay? So what we're gonna have now, okay, now I've got the same base and the same exponent. So what I'm gonna have, what is that? What is that equal to? Remember
X
here, if
plus
there's
3.
no number, there's one hiding. So what will it be? You're adding the coefficients. Okay? I'll introduce the A method. I didn't put it on the video, so let's use the A method for those. So some of you will use it. So what I can do, I can say, okay, let's use another color. I can say, because some of you struggle with adding this. You can't see it. So you say, okay, A will make up an A, artificial A, which is equal to 3 to the power x plus 1. Now I'm going to rewrite this now with A. How I'm going to write it, I'm going to say, okay, it's 1 times A, because that's A, plus 3 times A. How much is 1 times A plus 3
4
times
times
A?
A.
It's 4A. But now, you can use the A method, but you mustn't leave the answer in A, because the A, you made it up. Okay? So now we have to put back inside the A, everywhere it says A, we're going to write 3 to the power of x plus 1. So we're going to say 4 times 3 to the power of x plus 1. Okay? You could use the A method, or you might be able just to see it in your mind. I hope at some point you'll just see it. So that plus that, we're just adding these coefficients. Okay, it's going to be 4 times 3 to the power of x plus 1. I'll pause here for questions. Right. Okay, so now all the stuff now, I really just built it up to prepare you to solve this equation. Okay, so now we're back in the world of equations. Now, as I hopefully convinced you, I can't just add it up like this. I can't add them up. Why can't I add them up again? Exponents are different. The bases are the same, exponents are different. Okay? So, but Luan already helped us. He said, okay, it's 3 to the power x plus 1 plus 3 times 3 to the power x plus 1. And I got to write that's equal to 36. That's not the answer. The answer is to solve for x. In the test, I'll ask you to solve for x. Okay? All right. Now, we also know how to simplify that. Remember what it was? 4 times
3 to the
3
power
to
of
the
x
power
plus
x plus 1 equal 36. Okay, so I know what we're going to do now. Now we're going to divide by 4. You see, because that's an equation. When we simplify, we're not going to divide because you change it. But in equation, I can divide both sides by 4. So 3 to the power x plus 1 equals 9. And you guys know how to do that in your eyes closed, right? 3 to the power x plus 1 is equal to 3 squared.
Go back now. What equals?
What's the word? What, drop the base. X plus 1 equal 2. X equal
3. Minus not plus.
Okay. All right. I'll stop now. Answer the question. Get you to some work, and then we'll do one maybe more difficult a bit later.